Good afternoon, everybody. I am here at Ruggles Station. I seem to end up here a lot despite never having made a video about Ruggles, but don't worry, I'm not making a video about Ruggles. Today, I am praying that the always wonderful Mr. Jeff Marshall realizes that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, because today I am starting a brand new series about the least used stations in Boston. I'm going to be counting down from the most least used to the least used, and today we're starting with the Orange Line and its least used station of Green Street. So without further ado, roll the intro. Hey, yeah, so you can't use that? We don't have the rights to that music.
But you said you wanted to imitate it.
Yeah, I know I said imitation. It's a saying. Like, we can't actually imitate him. You have to pick something else.
Fine.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay, I don't understand why you picked that one. I mean, Jay Foreman's great, but, like, again, we don't have the rights to that. You know what? Let me just play it for you myself, okay? And I have arrived at Green Street Station, which confusingly is signed as Green Station, so technically I'm at Green on the Orange Line. But it's a pretty bog standard, Orange Line, Southwest Corridor station. It has the island platform, it has this overhead, it has like an outdoor section of the platform, but it is the most least used station in the entire network. I'm just assuming because the Orange Line goes through some pretty well-populated neighborhoods. It does make sense, though, why it isn't incredibly highly used, because it is one of just a few stations on this section of the Orange Line that does not have a built-in bus station or even any bus connection. Stony Brook, one stop up the line, also does not have any good bus connection, and it is the second least used station on the Orange Line, so it does make some sense there. I'm going to take a look around the station, and future Toby will do a better job than he did with the intro and tell you a little bit about the station's history. Thanks, past Toby. Green Street opened in 1987, after the Orange Line was realigned into the Southwest Corridor, and it features all the normal amenities you'd expect from a Southwest Corridor station. However, a station on the same site originally opened in 1841 on the Boston and Providence Railroad. This line, which was one of the first in the United States, ran between the two cities and served Green Street under the name Jamaica Plain Station. That makes Green Street one of the oldest stations still active along the Orange Line, beat out only by Roxbury and Forest Hills, which opened with the B&P in the mid-1830s. Now back to you, future Toby. Before I go up, I just found something super interesting. I've never seen one of these before, but it is this entire poster that the MBTA has created that shows the service frequency and the last trips on every single train line. MBTA, if you watch my videos, which I'm sure you don't, but if you do, these should be at every station. These are incredibly helpful. Having to find this information online is not what it should be. So, this is great. Alright, up on street level, off MBTA property, the mask has come off, and yeah, this is honestly what I expected for such a little used station. It's not totally dead, there's a road right here, blue bikes rack, you can hear the traffic in the background. There's actually a really gorgeous looking playground right over there, and some sort of restaurant on the corner, I believe, but there isn't a lot. There's no connecting buses. Oh god, I'm starting to do the Jeff Marshall thing. There's no connecting buses, there's a blue bike rack. There is what I'm assuming was a retail space here, but according to the signs and also what I can read quickly off Wikipedia, this is now an art gallery and has been for quite some time. So, you know, that actually in of itself probably tells you quite a bit, that the retail space here is actually an art gallery, just because the station does not seem to have a lot of boardings. And I mean, it really does make sense. There's one road here, which I believe this is Green Street. The station is located in between Amory Street and Woolsey Square on Green Street. This street is literally a one-lane street with parking on one side, and as soon as it goes down, it just turns into a totally residential street. So yeah, this station doesn't get a lot of usage, and it makes sense why. Alright, and that just about does it for this video. There really isn't a lot to see around here. Nothing super unique, nothing super special. You know, it's not super busy. Why is the station so little used? Or totally empty. Why is there even a station here to begin with? Which makes sense. It might be the least used station on the Orange Line, but the MBTA figures from just before COVID, from the fiscal year 2019, they count in the average weekday boardings. They counted 3,055 people a day. It's about 1.1 million people a year. That is not a small or insignificant number of people. The station does get usage, and it makes sense. The real center of Jamaica Plain is just about a 15-minute walk, actually less, maybe 10-minute walk, just to the side of the station, just to the west of the station. So there is a reason to use it, although I understand why a lot of people who live in Jamaica Plain might decide to take the 39 bus instead. If we still had the E to Arbor Way, they would have that too. But this station is in a pretty good place. It just needs more connections. Having a bus stop right out front would make a massive difference to making the station more useful. But you know, with that being said, it is a nice little serene station that still fits in with the character of the Southwest Corridor. So with that, I think that's all I have for you today. A short little video starting this wonderful series, and I will be back soon enough. I'm not going to tell you exactly when, because I don't know when I'm going to film it, but I'll be back soon enough with the next least used station. See if you can guess what it is in the comments below.